think history.
A lot of things make a rivalry. Depends on the history. The history matters.
Y'all put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2.
And it's blocked again!
Blocked by Pistons, picked up by Rip.
Some rivalries go back a long time, but some have just starting to develop now.
There's not a lot of love between the teams in our division, to say the least.
Some trash talking, some pushing, some technical fouls.
Stewart has been ejected from the game.
The games are a little bit different. Feel like playoff games. The fans love it. We love it. Those games are just insane.
We don't like none of them, and I hope they don't like us.
The two teams having that respect but dislike for each other, I think that's important in the rivalry.
Been together, the core group, for like 4 years now, and we're playing the same dudes on other cores over and over again, and you tend not to like each other when that happens.
Any of them stand out to you?
Yeah, got one in mind, but yeah, we'll save that. We'll save that for the season.
After missing the last 11 games with a toe injury, Benedict Mathurin returns tonight to bolster the Indiana Pacers lineup and offense. For Detroit, they have injury issues too. Tonight, starting center Jalen Duren returns. Pascal Siakam and the Pacers tonight try to end a 7-game overall and 7-game road losing streak. Central Division rivals meet tonight for the first of 4 regular season meetings. We're in Detroit. It's the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons on FanDuel Sports Network. Good evening. Welcome inside Little Caesars Arena here in downtown Detroit alongside Quinn Buckner. I'm Chris Denari. For the last 11 games, the Pacers have been without Benedict Mathurin, but Benedict Mathurin back in the starting lineup after injury tonight.
Well, I'm anxious to see how that goes because Ben Mathurin is one guy that can get a shot. I mean, when I'm talking about get a shot, when the shot clock is down, he finds a way to get a bucket. Siakam can do it, but having been on the floor means now you've got to worry about multiple people doing that. We've talked much about the defense, but it's been the offense been as much of a problem. Let's see what Ben can add to that and how everybody else can fit around both Key and Siakam on the floor.
Opening night against Oklahoma City in the double overtime loss, he had 36 points. He backed it up with 26 in Memphis before he went down with that toe injury. Well, Mathurin and company are going to have to worry about a team that scores the most points in the paint in the NBA. That's the Detroit Pistons. Jeremiah Johnson, Eddie Gill will talk about that and get you ready for tip-off. In Detroit, the Pacers on FanDuel Sports Network.
And I think we made it plain and clear. Coach made it plain and clear that we just got to step up to the assignment. We know what they're going to bring tonight, and we just got to bring it too.
The Pacers had a problem protecting the paint against Toronto on Saturday. They will need to improve tonight. I'm Jeremiah Johnson. He is Eddie Gill. Detroit, #1 in the league in points in the paint per game. How do you do a better job defensively?
It's definitely a mental approach that you have to bring to this game, and it's a physical approach, and that's exactly what Isaiah Jackson was alluding to, was the beat-em-down bruiser type of approach where guards, big guys, whatever it is, they're going to start and finish in the paint. They're not only just looking to get there and make plays, maybe for a three-point shot, but they're looking to score there, and they're going to deliver a blow once they get in there. They have the hit-first mentality. I think that's a major focus in tonight's game. Even while they're on the offensive end of the floor, they are trying to make plays and deliver blows out there.
No Cade Cunningham, but the Pistons will still be tough to stop, and you gotta protect the paint. We'll have your starting lineups and the tip-off from Little Caesars Arena. Central Division Showdown. The Pacers and Pistons. Chris and Quinn do most of the talking from this point forward on the FanDuel Sports Network.
Team 109 and 111-100. In fact, they've won 4 straight and 5 of the last 6 games here at Little Caesars Arena. Alongside Quinn Buckner, I'm Chris Denari, and this is game 14 and already the 10th different starting lineup for the Pacers as Benedict Mathurin is back alongside Andrew Nembhard. Isaiah Jackson returns to the starting lineup with Pascal Siakam and Jarris Walker as the forwards. Indiana 1-12. Detroit is 11-2. This is their 6th different starting lineup, and they've got some injury issues as well. No Cade Cunningham or Tobias Harris. They'll start Ron Holland and Isaiah Stewart at the forwards. Jalen Duren back in the center position. Missed the last couple of games with a right ankle sprain. And Duncan Robinson and Daniss Jenkins will start in the backcourt for Detroit. So Benedict Mathurin is back. The 4th-year player out of Arizona had games of 36 and 26 to start this year, and it comes at a great time for this offense that has struggled of late.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's fair to put a lot of pressure on him, but I do agree with you wholeheartedly in this sense. He's the most capable scorer, short of Siakam and with Nembhard on the team. Now, how is he going to come and play the first game? We're looking for it to be an outstanding game because that's just the way, Pacer fans are. I'm just anxious to see how he gets into the flow, how his teammates work with him. But I know this has got to be an anxious moment for him. Chris, he worked extraordinarily hard in preparing for the season to go out and then try to come back in the middle of the season, if you will, effectively. We'll see what that's like.
So the jump will be with Jackson and Duren. And we get ready with Active Rivalry, powered by the Active Cash Card. As we're underway, a rivalry Tuesday night between two Central Division rivals, the Pacers and the Pistons.
You see they got length on Andrew Nembhard because they're worried about him going. Now they're going to guard Siakam with Duren. Well, they've come a long way.
Here's Nembhard, got Jenkins in the air, ducks inside and got it. 3 straight games of 20 or more for Andrew Nembhard. In fact, 4 of the last 5. He had 22, 4, and 5 assists on Saturday night in the home loss to Toronto. Duncan Robinson.
Got to get to him. That's what he does, Chris. That's why he's here. He was with Miami. He's a terrific catch and shooter with distance, and that's what they look for him to do.
And Benedict Mathurin, they fumble the ball out of bounds on the handoff.
Well, Chris, he fumbled it, not they. That was him. This is one of those things you got to worry about. When you first come back on the court, you're a little shaky.
And Rick Carlisle's going to take a timeout 49 seconds in to this first quarter. And we'll take the timeout as well. 3-2 early, Detroit. Indiana Pacers basketball tonight is presented by Active Rivalry, powered by the Active Cash Card. In Detroit, for the first of 2 visits this year, these teams will play 4 times early timeout. Rick Carlisle not very happy 49 seconds in.
The primary reason for it is that Rick Carlisle has had conversations, particularly as we were looking at shoot-around, about how physical this game was, how aggressive you're going to have to be to play against Detroit. Detroit is the most physical team in basketball, and if you don't match that at the very least, they'll blow you out without even thinking twice. So what he wants to make sure of is defensively, as you can see, Nembhard is up guarding closer to the foul line, to the half-court line than the three-point line.
Duren drives and missed it. It was challenged by Jackson, and Siakam back the other way. Pascal looks to Jarris Walker, who fumbled it, but goes inside, has it blocked, and a foul. Jalen Duren got him. J.B. Bickerstaff not agreeing.
He's just saying they should be the same call going the other way. We'll see it go. Ooh. Okay, we'll take that. Ooh, we'll take that.
There's J.B. Bickerstaff, 2nd year in Detroit. Got him to the playoffs last year.
How about Jarris Walker in the starting lineup?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's worth noting. Jarris, it really didn't, I think, put himself in the position to be noted. Think about it. J.R. Earl started for him. And you don't want to have that happen when you're trying to establish what you are in this league. And so for him to be able to get that spot back, Chris, says a lot about him working at it and the coaching staff having some confidence in him.
And back to his natural position of forward. He started, when he did start at guard a few times. Here's a three. It's no good. Duren fights for the rebound and bats it, and it's knocked out by Isaiah Jackson, the Detroit native, who has played very well in his home state. In fact, in 10 games against Detroit, Isaiah Jackson averaging 13 points and 7 rebounds.
Isaiah Jackson got his hands full. Duren is a load.
Robinson comes off the screen, trailed by Mathurin into the corner. Jenkins hit the side of the backboard, out to Holland.
No, that shot clock was at 23. It never should have been there.
And they will go to the scorer's bench and reset.
Well, it didn't hit the rim, so it shouldn't be reset at all.
Yeah, Nick Bookert is our crew chief, Murad Kogut, and Leon Wood are 3 officials. Yeah, they reset it when it hit the side of the backboard.
Yeah, this thing is probably at 9 or so seconds. If it didn't hit the rim, what did they put it to? They put it to 22, so they're saying it did hit the rim. It hit the backboard and hit the rim. Ooh, okay, well, that's their call.
And again, this is a Detroit team playing without Cade Cunningham, missing his 3rd straight game with a left hip contusion, but a Pistons team that is well. They put it to 4.
Yeah, that's more like it.
And Jenkins misses the rebound, batted out. Mathurin saves it in front of the crowd in the front row. Again, had that toe injury 2 games in. Siakam in the corner, guarded by Isaiah Stewart.
Get him, because you need to get a foul on him. Him guarding Pascal Siakam, because he's such a physical player, will wear Siakam down. So a nice ball fake. Nice job. Stewart is not known for his lateral ability. So if you can get at him a little bit and make him have to slide and then stop and then go straight up, can't do that effectively. But I'll tell you what, in the paint, Stewart is a load.
Averaging 11 points and 7 rebounds as Siakam hits the free throw. Boy, he's been good the last 4+ games now at the free throw line. Pascal, 24 of his last 28. He had dipped around 55% at one point, coming in off a 30-point game, his 4th of the year against Toronto. Hits both free throws. And the Pacers out to a 6-3 start. We saw them on Saturday night lead by 10 early against Toronto, but trailed after the first quarter. Yeah.
That's where he's gotten so much better, Chris. When he first came in the league, he did nothing on his own. Now they're allowing Jalen Duren to bring the ball up and attack Jackson, who's got to stay on the right arm.
Nembhard on the baseline draws the foul. So the Pacers doing a good job of getting to the free throw line here early. And the foul is on 2nd-year guard Daniss Jenkins, who's played so well in the last 3, averaging 20 points per game on a 2-way contract with Cade Cunningham out with the injury. They're also without Marcus Sasser. He's not played this year. And Jaden Ivey, the former Purdue standout, has not played as well, had right knee surgery.
Chris, he hadn't been a factor in 2 years. That's Tobias Harris there, who's a guy that they brought over from Philadelphia. They signed him over and had been a really good addition last year. He got hurt and hasn't been in many games this year. But if they think they're going anywhere deep, Tobias Harris has to be healthy.
Yeah, he's only played 6 games. You're right. That sprained ankle has kept him out. This is game 14 for the Pistons. And they're 11-2, 9 straight wins. They've won 5 straight here at home. They've got the best record in the East. Jenkins, pull-up jumper. It's too strong. And a rebound by Jarris Walker. Siakam drives on Stewart. Out to Walker.
Look how physical they are. They're taking a risk that the officials will make the call. They are really physical. You've got to be able to play through that. Make note of it, but play through it.
And that's going to be a baseline foul.
And that's a physical offensive play.
And free throws for Jalen Duren.
This is what they do. Yeah, if he's square, instead of turning, if you will, cockeyed a little bit to the side, Jackson has a chance to get an offensive foul, but he never squared his body. And by that I mean to the sideline. which means Duren would have to go through his chest. He never got there.
And the free throw good by an 81% free throw shooter. Duren averaging 19 per game. Now a message from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent helps guide you through the process so you don't have to go it alone.
This means we get to talk to Daniss. Daniss! Hey! So good to see you.
When Jalen Duren is a day away from turning 22, and this is his 4th year in the NBA.
When he first played here, you and I saw him, and I said, this one is going to be a load. I mean, he just, look, he runs, he handles the ball. They made him a much more offensive player.
Good hands by the Pacers, but Duren gets it back and scores. He's got 6 of their 9. And the Pistons have the lead at 9-8. Siakam goes right at Stewart and missed it long. Rebound by Jackson.
Step into it. So that's when you almost got to step into it because, see, they help and it makes it really hard to drive them.
Mathurin with his first attempt and draws the foul. So back to the free throw line for the Pacers, who are already 6 of 6.
Bonus? We're looking at bonus action?
There we are. Detroit picks up the foul on Ron Holland. They've got 4 fouls on 4 different starters. And Mathurin misses the first, 89% on the year. And you can see the 2 games that he played, 36 against Oklahoma City on opening night, and 26 in game 2, the first road game at Memphis. Quinn, what's it like coming back from an extended period of time?
But those that watched the game at the very beginning, watched him drop the ball out of bounds, that's what it's like. You don't have a feel for a game. So you've got to get a feel for it. And that's what he's in the process of doing. Now, mind you, everybody else is getting a little bit of a feel for him, and that's beef Stewart knocking down the shot. But that's really what you got with Mathurin. But he'll attack it. I mean, that's his spirit, to attack.
13th 3 of the year for Stewart.
Well, he just traveled too.
He had 17 all of last year, and now Siakam hits the 3 right in Stewart's face.
I'm telling you, really good shot there.
Tied at 12. Jenkins down the lane, and it's gobbled up by the Pacers. Jenkins, though, got it back. Holland for 3, it's off. And Isaiah Jackson, the rebound. Pacers look to regain the lead. Mathurin goes around Jenkins, a pull-up jumper, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
That's part of being rusty. You just don't have quite the same feel. Got a little chatter going on, too. Stewart is chattering a little bit with Mathurin just moments ago.
We had all kinds of chatter between these 2 teams last year.
Well, I'm looking at Ben. Yeah, they're getting Ben because Ben's tired already. Yeah, he doesn't want to come out, but he's tired.
Robinson Earl will check in.
Oh, you see a little chatter? Oh, we got chatter everywhere. Nembhard's not backing down. Mathurin's not backing down. The Pacers don't back down.
So Jeremiah Robinson Earl is quickly in off the bench. Playing his 9th game as they go to the corner. Now Robinson is open, a 3.
You got to get there. He's almost a guy you don't leave to go pick up somewhere else.
And now a technical foul is called on Daniss Jenkins. So Jenkins picks up the technical, and Nembhard will shoot it. So we are just 5 minutes into this one, and already, as we saw a year ago, and you saw in our open, the rivalry, these teams have a respectful dislike for each other.
No, this is interesting. I'm listening to, this is the bench. You got to give the bench a point here, because they started, there was conversation that started with the bench. And when Daniss responded to the bench, would you not turn my mic up and down? We talked about this before the show, because every now and then we get our call boxes close enough that we won't one from the other. He's turning my sound down. Anyway.
Robinson Earl missed it, flying in as Walker. And was Walker out of bounds? He was. Good hustle there by Jarris Walker. Just ran out of room, needed 95 feet, not 94.
Good hustle for you, leaving my little call box alone, too. Thank you.
It is funny because I told you that I would.
We started at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's why when you did it, I was, I attempted it because I haven't normally. It was like, this is happening.
Robinson off the screen, launches again. This time he missed it.
I'm telling you, doing set a screen on Nembhard.
Running is Jackson, and an offensive foul.
I think we're going to take a look at that. That's 2 fouls. That's going to be pretty close. I got to think you got to look at that one. He's moving. I got to believe they're going to look at it. Pacers may look at this. I mean, I don't think he's. Oh, I don't think about that. Ooh. That view is a little different. That's great camera view. Yeah, partner?
I saw Rick Carlisle talking to the bench. I think they were interested in reviewing, and Rick said, early, let's not.
Yeah.
And so it will be Pistons ball. Javonte Green is checked in. Where's number 31? And Paul Reed, their backup center. Tony Bradley has come in for the Pacers. Started the last few games, but Isaiah Jackson's had to go to the bench with 2 fouls. Robinson stays out with Jenkins. Their backcourt is out there. Jenkins whips the ball now to Holland. Baseline drive. Bumped is Reed. Out to Robinson. Catch and shoot 3 for his third. Saw him do that so much in a Miami Heat jersey over the last 9 years. He's hit the 13th most threes. Great play by Walker.
Yeah, he really did. And he made the move early to get by the Pistons defender, and then all of a sudden did a nice job of corralling the ball where he could make a good pass.
Robinson Earl is out on Jenkins. Holland guarded by Walker.
Walker's working hard on defense.
And Walker made the steal.
He was working hard on defense.
Ahead now to Siakam from behind. It's picked. Reed got it. Jenkins with Holland running. And Jenkins lays it in. Games of 19, 18, and 23 for the two-way player over the last 3 games out of St. John's. Siakam catches, and his 3 is perfect again. 8 early points for Pascal Siakam. Pacers have hit 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. They're 8 of 9 at the free throw line. They trail 20-18. Reed goes inside, and Reed scores.
Well, he had a big game the other night against Philadelphia, from where he came, he was huge, Chris. So he's playing with a lot of confidence.
6th year out of DePaul, averaging 7 points and 5 rebounds. That's short, and that's going to be, it's Bradley. So the Pacers centers have picked up 3 fouls.
Well, the thing that you got to be concerned about is the Pacers have had a propensity to foul, and you don't want to get into that in a game like this, particularly on the road, because you're looking at 25, 30 free throws that can be shot by Detroit, which gives them some rhythm.
Yeah, the Pacers have the most fouls in the NBA, averaging 24.5. And their opponents make and shoot the most free throws in the NBA. Now, Indiana's gotten off to a great start tonight, 8 of 9 at the line. It's a 22-18 Detroit lead. As Ben Shepherd and Jay Huff have checked in for Indiana. Karis LeVert, the former Pacer, is in. He's got the ball. And LeVert coming off the bench for the Pistons. Played last year in Cleveland and Atlanta. And a 3 is no good. Chased down by Shepherd. The only starter out there is Nembhard with the ball. Jay Huff shoots a 3, hits a 3.
Tough 3, too, catches it, and he's literally backing up as he shoots it. But early in the clock, you may have to look at shots early in the clock in order not to play against this very physical, tough Piston defense.
Huff is only 26% from 3, but he was 2 of 5 on Saturday in the loss to Toronto. Jenkins has it against Huff, backs up behind the arc, and rims it out. Rebound by Bradley, lost it, and then a loose ball foul, and it's going to be against the Pistons. It's on Reed. And so the Pacers will get the ball back with a chance to regain the lead. They led early here. Chaz Lanier is in, rookie out of Tennessee, wears number 20 for Detroit. Again, Like Indiana, they have some injuries. They've just not been as deep and as long. Cunningham missing his 3rd straight game. Asar Thompson missing. Nembhard comes off the screen, runs into Reed, now to Bradley. Shepard for 3.
Yeah, that's for better. You got the look you want to look.
Robinson Earl had it blocked.
No, they're saying Robinson Earl took the ball into the arms of the Detroit Pistons.
That's batted out of there.
See, this is what you got to come up with. Extra possessions.
LeVert has been a much better 3-point shooter of late, but Reed, the offensive rebound to an open Javonte Green. 24-21 Pistons. They've got 10 points in the paint. A little jump hook rolls out by Bradley. 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Detroit by 3, 24-21. Robinson stays out. He is the only Pistons starter. LeVert, stop and go. And he walked. So a turnover for the Pistons. The Pacers will get the ball back. 24-21 Detroit on FanDuel Sports Network.
A lot of Pacers fans at Little Caesars Arena enjoying a little pizza there. The Pistons lead the Pacers 24-21 late in the first quarter. Toronto had 78 points in the paint against the Pacers on Saturday. Detroit leads the league in points in the paint per game, so it was a natural topic to bring up with Rick Carlisle before the game. And what he said was, it all starts with transition defense. Now, Quinn brought up when Jay Huff shot that 3 a moment ago that he was quickly running back to the other end. Rick Carlisle's been reminding his guys, when a shot goes up, you've got to either be crashing or getting back in transition. He said, we were caught in the middle too many times against Toronto, so points in the paint, key, but Rick Carlisle doesn't want those fast break points in the paint because those are hard to overcome.
58 points per game in the paint for Detroit, as JJ mentioned, number 1 on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance sideline, and a 3 missed by Huff as TJ McConnell has come in for the first time. Benedict Mathurin is back in for the Pacers. Robinson stays out there. Here's a deep 3. It's too strong. It bounces again off the rim.
I'll tell you what, Jay Huff did a nice job there, because what he was able to do was pin Reed where Reed could not get himself in position to get a rebound. Now, it's a subtle thing, but it keeps that point in the paint consideration down if you're able to keep somebody off the glass.
That's our FanDuel same-game parlay. The parlay odds, 237. First quarter spread, 2.5. And we'll update that as well in the third quarter.
This ball has got to move faster.
Wendell Moore is in for the first time. Where's number 14 for Detroit? Here's a deep 3. Mathurin in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Moore.
Yeah, the Pacers are moving it, and this is something that they've got to, you're just starting to get everybody back, so making adjustments are tough, but the ball has got to move at a faster pace, so the defense has to react much quicker.
Reed hands it now to Moore. Moore started his career in Minnesota with the Timberwolves. Bad pass picked off by Mathurin. Mathurin runs right at LeVert and lost the ball, and good hustle by Huff, but he's out of bounds.
No, Huff's not out of bounds.
It's Lanier.
Lanier was out of bounds when he touched the ball. He and Huff touched it about the same time, and Lanier ends up out of bounds and touching it. You see he'll be to the right side, and he's touching the ball, and he's out of bounds first. But good effort on the part of Huff.
Right there, Corey, was that another watching Benedict just...
Yeah, he's rusty.
Feet and brain not moving at the same pace.
Rusty, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brain sees it, feet just don't quite get there as quickly.
Shepard cut off. Final minute of the opening quarter. McConnell has come back, and his little jumper is no good, and the rebound pulled down by Javonte Green. Split time last year in New Orleans and Cleveland. 7th year out of Radford. And he had a 21-point game the other night against Philadelphia. Pacers on the run.
Attack early.
Indiana only 5 of 16 from the field.
They call 3 seconds.
It's on Tony Bradley.
Tony Bradley.
I'm looking to see if they said 3 seconds or a foul. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's a turnover.
It's a turnover. Yeah.
And the Pacers have 7 turnovers and shooting 31%. But yet, they're only down 3. LeVert, the handoff, back to Reed in the lane. Lost the ball, but they will say a foul on either Huff or Bradley, and I think they get number 32, Jay Huff.
Got to keep that ball, as JJ talked about, points in the paint. This is one of the most dominant teams in the league with the points in the paint. And Chris, we're looking at, they don't know, Stewart is about to come back into the game and Duren as well. But that's because Siakam has gotten up to come in the game for the Pacers.
Well, they did say that was a foul on Bradley, an offensive foul. Pascal Siakam checks back in for Indiana. Quinn mentioned Stewart back in. 21 and 2/10. Again, both teams without their 13-point guards. Tyrese Halliburton will miss the entire year with that Achilles injury. And Cade Cunningham, who was third-team All-NBA last year, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, missing his 3rd straight game with a left hip contusion. They hope he'll be available maybe tomorrow when the road trip starts. They've got a back-to-back here in Atlanta tomorrow. 26-21, a 5-point lead for the Pistons. Again, Indiana got off to a decent start, but has not shot it.
I wouldn't screen this. I wouldn't screen this. Stu's going to have, he missed it. But Stu is going to have a hard time guarding. If you don't screen that, Stu cannot guard Siakam. And you got a chance to get a foul there. I wouldn't have screened there.
Pacers go 5 of 17 from the field. That's 29%. 3 of 8 from 3. But the good news is they only trail by 5 after 1. In Detroit, 26-21 Pistons. Second quarter is next on FanDuel Sports Network. Indiana 29%. That's the 8th time they've shot below 30% in a quarter this year. 3 of 8 from 3, 8 of 9 though at the line. Detroit only 41% and 4 of 15 from 3-point range. The problem, Quinn, 7 turnovers led to 10 Detroit points.
Yeah, you're looking at a potential 28 turnovers a game and 40 points off of those turnovers. So obviously that's got to be something that's got to be cleaned up.
Jenkins blocked by Huff as he starts the second quarter with McConnell, Mathurin, Shepard, and Siakam. Here's Mathurin, tried to go inside, tossed it away.
It was the right play. He didn't complete it, but it was definitely the right play. I mean, this is part of Mathurin's growth, but that's also part of the question that you ask. Because what really is part of the transition is how quickly things occur in a game versus what happens in practice or anywhere else. And that's why he ended up turning that over.
Javonte Green to shoot free throws now. Transition for Detroit. 7 points, 4 rebounds, coming off the 21.9 rebound game in their win Friday here against Philadelphia. What's been most impressive, Quinn, about this Detroit team, they have 7 wins this year already, trailing by 10 or more points. J.B. Bickerstaff and his team, they've done a good job in coming back.
This is kind of a trademark of J.B. as a coach. Takes very much after his father, Bernie Bickerstaff, who was a heck of a coach. But J.B., even in Cleveland, was a guy that did a lot of the grinded out kind of things that you need in order to be a big-time winner in the league. And this team this is the next year under him. They picked up on all of his habits about how tough you have to be.
Siakam goes inside, finds Mathurin, who's going to fire it up, and that's off the mark. And back comes Detroit, leading 28-21. Jenkins.
Well, he's hard to keep in front of him. I'm telling you, he is hard to keep in front of him.
Jalen Duren, the rebound. And the biggest lead of the night for Detroit is 9 at 30-21. They've scored 8 straight since the Pacers cut the deficit to 22-21. Huff has made 1 3, can't make a second.
Get on his right hand. This is what they practice. They stay on his right hand. See, he doesn't really want to go left, so he ends up taking that shot. He makes it, but that's the risk you got to take because he's just gotten himself to be that good. You must force him to take a jump shot.
Those guys know how to pass the ball real well. And I mean, the dogs on defense too, something we need. They bring energy to the game, to us as a team. And I think they're going to help us, especially Ben, coming back and stuff. So.
Detroit native Isaiah Jackson, our active cash card, active Mike. Conversation with him about what will it take for this team to turn things around. They come in with 7 straight losses, 7 straight on the road, and just a 1-12 start.
My friend, play hard, play smart, play together. The tough part of it about all of that, because you can make some adjustments, is playing together because you've got so many faces with different skill sets that need the ball at different places. And as much success has been had here with the Pacers, I think there are many that think that those things just happen. That's part of a lot of work together as a unit, and that has not been the case here this year so far because of the injuries. Now you still got to play basketball games, but that's what you got to deal with.
That was great recognition there by Mathurin to find Siakam for his 3rd three. And now the Pacers to steal. Mathurin out in front, draws the foul, will throw it up, and he will shoot free throws. Those are the plays you're talking about that you got to make, those aggressive plays on defense.
Well, yes, and it was solid defense on Siakam because all he does is hold his arm there. See, he just holds his arm there, and the ball gets put there by Green. And Green wants to say it's a foul, but Siakam trying to show you on both sides he can make a contribution.
Pascal Siakam, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals against his former team Saturday night, the Raptors. And Mathurin has his 2nd point. Again, has not played in about 3 weeks. There's Cade Cunningham. 11th in the league in scoring, 27.5 points, number 2 in assists.
Cade Cunningham is not an all-star. Cade Cunningham is an all-NBA player, and the difference is an all-star can have a good first part of the year. A really good all-NBA player has had a really good year, and that's who Cade Cunningham is. Oh, goodness!
That's Jalen Duren.
Did they call it a technical foul on? Oh my goodness! I mean, because you and I were chatting, I'm looking at you and I'm seeing this thing happen.
They called a foul after the fact.
Oh,
it'll be a chance for a 3-point play. Quinn, he's 21 years old.
I know you telling that to the audience because I told you when he was 18, this is where he was going. Because for a guy, first of all, a man that big, first of all, he was a man-child when he came into the league. Yeah. But for a guy that big, he gets off his feet so quickly, so he's got quick feet. What they started to do with him, Chris, let him handle the ball and let him shoot some jump shots, and he's really started to become more confident in this game. So that's what the Pacers have to overcome.
Averaging a double-double, 19 points and 12 rebounds.
And this is something he does at a high clip, almost 80%, I think.
Yeah, he is.
So if you foul him, he makes foul shots.
He's got 13 points, and it's a 10-point Detroit lead. McConnell off the screen. Short jumper crawls off. And Javonte Green with the rebound. Jenkins is backed in.
He called for this. Thank goodness he didn't go. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, my goodness. He just backed into Tony Bradley and cleared him.
And a 12-point lead. Tries to go inside Siakam, batted away. And as you said, there's Duren leading the break to Javonte Green.
He won't be able to save it. That ball hit on the other side. He won't be able to save it. I'm telling you, you don't see many people do this. Watch what he does to Tony Bradley. He just hits him with his back. And Tony Bradley had to back up, but then he cleared enough space to throw that down. I'm telling you, that's a huge advantage to have somebody with that kind of strength.
They are 11-2, 9 straight wins, their longest since a 10-game win streak back in 2008. This is a team that a couple of years ago lost 28 games in a row. They were 3-36 at one point. That's just 2 seasons ago. McConnell picks it up. Shot clock at 8.
Yeah, you gotta go to work. You gotta match up.
Mathurin.
That's off left.
8:46 to play in the half. 37-25 Detroit. Indiana shooting 27%, and that's a basket by Jenkins. And a Pacers timeout with 8:36 to play in the half. It's a 14-point Detroit lead. Is presented by Andy Moore Automotive, where more means more. By Ascension St. Vincent, listening to you, caring for you. And by GameBridge, take control of growing your savings with GameBridge, GameBridge.io. In the last 7.5 minutes, the Pacers have scored just 4 points. A 15-4 run by Detroit, and the Pistons have their largest lead of 14 at 39-25. Alongside Quinn Buckner, I'm Kristen Ehrig. Brian Woodrum is our producer. Todd Kinsey, our director. Ken Softman produces Pacers Live pre and post. Jeremiah Johnson, Eddie Gill.
This will speak to what you just said about the point scoring.
Yeah.
That's why he got it to Siakam in the post. They were hoping that he'd be able to get it there. He gets it back here. But it was one of the ways, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it was live, the thing you were talking about, so I just didn't want us to miss it.
Jenkins gets the roll.
And he's got confidence, too.
Yeah, he was missing everything early.
Yeah, badly.
16-point Detroit lead. McConnell underneath. And he missed it off the mark during the rebound. Indiana is 6 of 24 from the field. 25%. Stewart in the lane with a left hand. And they're just having their way with the Pacers now.
That's the way they play. Look, I said this earlier. This is the most physical team in the league. But what they do is force you to have to cover the inside. They force you to cover it. And when you do, then they may shoot 3-pointers, or they may try to make a way to the basket. But they force you to cover them in the post.
McConnell out of bounds, and that's a turnover.
I mean, you just watch. I mean, he bumps. He might got away with a little swipe of the arm, but it's a tough one for Siakam to be able to guard down in that position. And then he gives a little too little sign. I don't like the too little sign. I don't like good basketball. The too little sign, keep it. Do too little.
Harris LeVert has come back in, Moore back in.
Maybe not too little. I know you're listening to me, Martin, but that's okay. You're too little. No, I'm just playing.
Pacers have looked to be to a zone.
Yeah, it is a zone. And it's one that they were working to clean up, make sure it was sharp. And I thought they did a really nice job this morning. But Detroit now is confident and they're making shots.
They have a 21-point lead. Basket by Walker and a foul.
Walker does a nice job in attacking the basket. And you see Duren is there. Yeah, he goes into him. They try to say his arms are straight up, but he goes into him.
Holland comes back in, and Duren is going to leave. They'll keep Stewart out there as their center.
Duren is trying to get some understanding as to why it was his foul. Because you were looking at him like I was. He was not exactly in a hurry to get off the floor.
No. And Walker missed it, but Robinson Earl grabbed the rebound, knocked out of bounds, and it will be Pacers ball. 20-6 in the paint. You see that field goal percentage. Indiana dead last, just over 40% on the year. The Pistons shooting 47% on the year, right in the middle of the NBA at 14th out of 30 teams.
Rick was trying to say, and I'm not sure I disagree with him, that was controlled. Therefore, it should have been a new 24 instead of reset now. And the shot clock is at 4.
Pacers have to take a deep three. Nembhard does. It's short. Comes all the way out to Walker. And then Walker had the ball stripped away by Lanier.
This is the question that the Pacers had. Can you get back? This is what was what Rick was worried about more than anything. Getting back on defense.
Shepherd shoots and missed it. Isaiah Jackson, the rebound, puts it home. First points for the Detroit native, Mr. Basketball in the state of Michigan before he played at Kentucky for a year.
This is the zone that we're talking about.
Stewart will shoot that. He's already hit a 3.
He will if he has rhythm, but he caught it, Chris, and he was ready to pass it. If he's in that mode, that's different. He's too strong.
Rolls off the rim.
He's too strong for Isaiah.
Nembhard out to Walker, fakes the 3. Nembhard spins on LeVert, cut off. Robinson Earl, 8 to shoot on the baseline, had it blocked. Ronald Holland got it, and Moore back the other way. Wendell Moore on a 2-way contract, 4th year out of Duke. JP Bickerstaff wants a timeout. They'll take it with 5.5 to play in the second quarter. We'll pause for 30 seconds. 46-29 Detroit, a 17-point first half lead.
We want to put you on the giant video board. So you got to do your selfie. You ready? Do it. Be fun. Be funny. Let it get on the big video board. Go.
It was 26-21 after a quarter. Pistons by 5. They've gotten that lead to as many as 21 here in the second quarter. It's a 17-point advantage right now with our Centier Bank timeout. Let's check in on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance sideline with Jeremiah Johnson.
When Isaiah Jackson scored on that putback, I heard applause from different parts of the arena. This is always a big friends and family game for Isaiah Jackson. 5 times he's played as a visitor against the Pistons. He has 3 double-doubles, double figures in each of those 5 games. Does not say this is just another game. He acknowledges this is big. He said, I always have good games here. I'm just looking to keep stacking. Individually, he just wanted to get a win, but he said, I love seeing my family. I love my family being here. Always fun, always exciting.
Very hard to believe, JJ and Quinn, that it's already the 5th season. 5th season for IJack.
You know, and the only reason I was as acutely aware is you reminded the audience of this 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking the same thing you thinking. Wow, this is going really fast.
LeVert, free throw line, pulls up, missed it. Rebound by Robinson Earl. 5th rebound for Jeremiah Robinson Earl. That's what he's done with the Pacers since he signed 2 10-day contracts.
Robinson Earl will rebound the ball. Great late pass there. Really good pass there by Jackson. I didn't know that was in the repertoire, Chris.
I did not either.
That's a blind pass that has to be well calculated, and he did it.
Averages just an assist a game. Jackson already with his 2nd. Ben Shepherd is called for the foul, trying to come over the top of a screen.
I mean, this is an unbelievable pass. He throws it to where the defense not only can't get to it, but there's no way Stewart can get to block the shot. Well done, Isaiah.
13th foul against the Pacers. We'll set the lineups. Indiana has Robinson, Earl, Nembhard, Jackson, Shepherd, and Walker. LeVert, Robinson, Holland. Here's a 3, no good. Long rebound, though, batted out. And the Pistons have another look. Catch and shoot, Lanier off the rim. And that's going to be on Holland. So let's check.
No, I don't.
It's on Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart's called for his 2nd.
Holland, Isaiah Stewart.
And now Javonte Green will re-enter.
Ooh, Stewart just gave a cheap shot. But I tell you what, he did it to Jackson. Jackson is used to, if you play in certain environments, you're used to that. And some you can play, some people can play through it, some can't. What you don't want to do is let it adversely affect how you're playing. And Jackson hadn't done that.
Nembhard gets inside, try to draw the foul. Stewart, and now Jackson got it back. Nembhard in the corner, Stewart blocked it. Indiana gets it back.
Jackson saved that. On that possession, he made 3 game-winning, if you will, plays. Winning kind of basketball plays. Not game-winning, but winning basketball plays.
And the Pacers on an 8-0 run, and now they're going to look at that.
Well, no, Stewart and Jackson been getting into it. And I think Jackson just suckered him.
Yeah, we have seen that over the years from Isaiah Stewart. And they will hit the monitor. J.B. Bickerstaff sending him back to the bench as Nick Booker.
We couldn't see it because some members of the staff had their own perspective on it. Okay, right here. Oh, no. That's unnecessary. That's at least a one.
Yeah.
That's unnecessary. And the truth is it's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do that. No, I won't. Well, I've not been hit in the face like that. I won't say that that's exaggerated, but that's surely unnecessary now. Here's the question. Is it excessive? Because if it is excessive, that's a flagrant 2, but there's no question there's a flagrant 1.
Yeah, there's no question, you're right, that the Pacers...
In my mind, I don't want to say you said that.
No, but I would agree. There's no question the Pacers will shoot free throws. The question is, will Stewart still be around?
That's really the question. For me, no. Because I think you've got to stop this. Because you and I have watched this, and it's been elevating.
Yeah.
It depends on where you are coming up and down the court.
So this is what the officials are looking at. Again, Secaucus in the replay center tonight. John Butler, Matt Callio, Nate Green, Tyler Ford.
Yeah, it's a 1.
After review, the contact by Stewart's elbow to the face of Jackson has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. While this is still an offensive foul penalty 1, it is a team foul and a personal foul. Jackson will shoot 2 free throws and the Indiana's ball in the front court with 24 on the shot clock.
And so the words of Nick Booker, our crew chief. And now J.B. Bickerstaff is trying to keep Stewart away from the official. There's the flagrant 1 criteria. Unnecessary contact committed by a player against an opponent. That was definitely unnecessary. We had a thought process that it might be excessive.
Yeah, I surely did. But thank goodness nobody got hurt. Jack's at home. Because this is intentional. That's intentional. Unnecessary and intentional. That's an interesting. Yeah. Again, it's hard to challenge the officials. The rulings are what they are.
2 free throws by Isaiah Jackson, who's had an excellent year at the free throw line, better than 80%, a career 68% free throw shooter. Stewart is now out. The Pacers are on a 10-0 run. And now we've got a foul.
They're trying to get a hold of this game, the physical aspect of this game, which is fine. It makes all the sense in the world. They called that for holding the jersey. I believe they called that on Duncan Robinson.
And it was away from the play.
Yeah, which means the ball hadn't come in yet. So you get the foul shot and the ball.
Andrew Nembhard comes in tonight, 30 of 31, 97%, second in the NBA in free throw shooting, and he's 4 of 4 tonight. And the Pacers have taken a 21-point deficit down to 10. Stewart is on the bench with 4 fouls. Nembhard, a 3, got it, and the Pacers on a 14-0 run.
Oh, boy. Shepard almost got open early.
Green drives, and with a right hand, count it, and a foul. That will end a 14-0 Pacers run that had cut a 21-point deficit down to 7.
I hope JR, as they call him, learn that if you're going to go out there, you got to guard him to drive, because he's much more of an athlete than he is a three-point shooter. You can see he got to the rim and just rolls above Robinson Earl.
Pascal Siakam comes back in. He'll replace Robinson Earl. Siakam leads Indiana with 11. Duren has 15 for Detroit.
That's an experience move, if you will, because what you're able to get with Siakam is somebody who understands that Green's really not trying to shoot that jump shot. So you attack him, they call that a late or slow closeout, not a fast closeout, because he's really not looking to shoot a jump shot.
Shepherd, a deep three, and Ben missed it. Rebound by Holland with just over 3 minutes to play in the half. Pacers have just 39 points. Off the screen, LeVert out to Holland for three.
They run that play, it becomes a pick and roll after the drop off. When you got Duren going to the rim, it opens it up for that three ball.
And a foul on Duncan Robinson. And free throws for Jarace Walker. So after Indiana went on a 14-0 run, Detroit answered with 6 straight. And Jarace Walker will shoot a couple of free throws. Walker tonight, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, and he misses another from the line with 2:59 to play here in the second quarter. Shepherd leaves. And again, a look at Cade Cunningham sitting next to his teammate Isaiah Stewart, who is on the bench, had that flagrant foul, 4 fouls.
Yes, but I also think he's taking it as an opportunity to let Isaiah Stewart know those aren't the kind of fouls you can afford to get, particularly when you have 3 fouls in the first half. Because if they're going to have any success, I don't know what their long-term success is going to be, is that foul is called, I believe, against Mathurin. If they're going to have long-term success, they're going to need Stewart. And Cunningham is the leader of the team and trying to get some guidance to a young Isaiah Stewart. And I say young, I think he's only like in his 4th or 5th year too. Yeah. But from a real championship standpoint, Cade Cunningham is the leader of the team.
They were the number 6 seed last year in the East, 44-38. Good first-round series with the Knicks.
They had to come get, they had to come get Mathurin.
So Benedict Mathurin has picked up his 3rd foul. Coming up, our Chevy halftime report with JJ and Eddie. They'll recap the first half and look ahead to half number 2 here in Detroit. Robinson misses the second. Played his college basketball here at Michigan after he played Division III basketball.
He carried the ball. He took steps before he put the ball down. Because they called it on Nembhard. I like what Rick Carlisle said. He said next play, which is what you got to do, just next play.
Jenkins raises up and hits. You're right, after he missed those early shots, Jenkins has found his rhythm.
You can see there's a different kind of confidence in him, because that wouldn't, he backed up just enough to clear some space.
Isaiah Jackson at the rim, nice dish from Nembhard. 55-42, 13-point Detroit lead after the Pacers had cut it to 7. Green in the corner.
That's a foul on, I believe, on Jarace Walker, because he's on the shoulder of Duren.
And Duren will shoot a couple of free throws. 15 points and 8 rebounds for Duren.
This young man is going to turn 22
tomorrow.
You look at this, it's like, wow.
He had 41 double-doubles last year. He averaged 12 points and 10 rebounds, and he has taken that scoring up a notch in a big way. I mean, he would be a guy, Quinn, if he continues these numbers, he could easily be the most improved player in the NBA this year.
Yeah. Look, he'll be in the running for it, because they're going to be able to make, I don't know what kind of deep run, but they're going to be a team you got to deal with in the playoffs for sure. I mean, they had New York last year, so they're being more experienced. But yeah, he could be in the running.
Walker guarded by Jenkins. Siakam drives inside, throws it out to Jarace. A 3 on the way. Walker no good. Rebound mistimed a little bit. It hopped off that rim. Jackson and Siakam were there. But now Duren, he's brought the ball up the floor. Doing it all for Detroit here without Cade Cunningham.
No. That ball's in the air too long.
Green lays it in. And Rick Carlisle, even though there's 1:26 left, he's going to take a timeout, because after the Pacers had made a strong 14-0 run, it's now a 14-3 run by Detroit, and the lead is back to 18.
lose my mind. Better get yours, cause I'm gonna get mine. Party every night, like my last. Mom, you know the drill. Shake that. Yes, baby, let me see what you got. You know you got the biggest booty in this spot. And I just wanna see that thing drop. From the back to the front to the top. You know me, I'm off in the cut. Always like a squirrel, looking for it. This is up for show. I'm not talking about luck. I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about lust. Now let's get loose, have some fun. Forget about bills.
26 to play, first half, 60-42. Sixth time this year that Indiana's given up 60 or more in the first half. Let's look at tonight's Team Greenlaw injury report. Again, the good news, Benedict Mathurin is back. The bad news is, of course, Aaron Nesmith, who was injured in Phoenix. There he is with Tyrese Halliburton. Those two out. Cam Jones, Obi Toppin, Quentin Jackson, Johnny Furphy on that Team Green injury report. Give a lot of credit, Quinn, to this Detroit team. They haven't had the length of injuries that the Pacers have had, but they're without some significant players tonight.
Yeah, but Chris, I think they've learned to play a little bit without them. I think the Pacers' losses in this sense are more impactful, primarily because one of them is Tyrese, which is an All-NBA player. And then you lose some of the talent you had, and you could make the argument whether or not an all-star talent that you had in the post. So you lose it in both places. But I think what has made this such a dramatic situation is Ty was the guy that really organized, put people in position to make good scoring plays, and help guys out. And you miss that kind of leadership on the floor, and that's not easily replaced.
And they put a lot of pressure. I mean, Andrew Nembhard, since he's come back from his injury, has to deal with a lot. Score, run the team, play defense. And he's so good as either a primary or a secondary ball handler, but you don't have that other guy out there in Tyrese Halliburton. Tony Bradley is in as Isaiah Jackson's going to go to the bench with his third foul. Pacers have Jackson and Mathurin each with 3. Isaiah Stewart, officially I'm looking now, they had him for 4, but they now list him with 3. And Karis LeVert has, let's check that, wait. Okay. Yeah, 3 for Stewart. Originally they had down 4. Reed hits 1 of 2. Nembhard, Robinson, Earl, Bradley, Siakam, Shepard for the final minute here in Detroit of the first half. Siakam out of a double team, left it short, draws the foul.
That's on Reed.
Second foul on Paul Reed. And 2 free throws for Pascal Siakam.
I'm looking at Reed trying to get him to take a look at it. Well, you hit him on the forearm, in case you know. And Reed is looking for some help. J.B. Bickerstaff is looking for his squad to look at it.
J.B. Bickerstaff, his last 2 years, Quinn, in Cleveland, he took them to the playoffs. He's had 4 straight years of winning records.
He's a winning coach. I mean, they wanted to do something different in terms of tempo, I think, in Cleveland, which means play at a faster pace. Bickerstaff's background is much, and this is not anything against Kenny Atkinson. I think his is much more oriented for offense, and I think they were looking for that. JB's is in defense, but he will allow for. I was trying to see if you heard. He is much more of a defensive coach, but offensively, he gives you freedom if you defend.
They are the number 5 ranked defense right now. And the Pistons 11-2. They head out on a road trip after this homestand ends. This is the 4th of 4 straight at home. They're in Atlanta tomorrow, Saturday at Milwaukee, and then next Monday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for round 2 of this rivalry series with the Pacers.
They're holding off on Cunningham, I believe, at least until the weekend.
Yeah, they've got some time after they play tomorrow night. They don't play until Saturday.
Right.
Siakam pressured by Holland. Out of the double. Nembhard got it back. Siakam.
He's tired. I mean, that's the only shot he could get without the pressure. And he's the only one that can really get a shot. When you look at the group that's out on the floor, he's got the best chance to get a shot besides Nembhard.
7 seconds to play. Jenkins against Robinson Earl into the corner. Moore is going to shoot. No, Jenkins for three, and it's short, and that's how the half will end. Pistons led by 5 after a quarter, by as many as 21 in the second quarter. Indiana cut it to 7, but the Pistons back in front by double figures, and they have a 16-point halftime lead. In Detroit, it's the Pistons 62 and the Pacers 46. Jeremiah Johnson, Eddie Giller standing by with our Chevrolet halftime report on your home of Pacers basketball, FanDuel Sports Network. 3 lead changes, 3 ties in the first half. Detroit led by as many as 21. They have a 16-point lead as we get ready to start the third quarter on FanDuel Sports Network. Just moments ago, Jeremiah Johnson on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance sideline with Pacers assistant coach Lloyd Pierce.
Lloyd, there was a 14-0 second quarter run that got you back in the game. If you looked at that sequence, what did you like that could be replicated maybe in the second half?
Well, we just started getting stops, and for us, it's going to be on the defensive end. Once we can get some stops, we can get out and run, try and create something early. But that was a good momentum piece for us. We got to sustain it. We got to do it the rest of the half now.
Seeing a little bit of everything from Jalen Duren, how do you combat what he's doing?
Yeah, he's the separation in the game. He's the one guy that looks like he's different from both teams. So keeping him off the glass, keeping him, out of the lobs, we got to have more protection at the pick and roll and behind the pick and roll. But if we can contain him, we can limit them to one shot, then we can get out and run.
Hey, Lloyd.
Thank you.
To Lloyd Pierce's point, and Quinn and I are not big fans of plus-minus in a game. We like plus-minus maybe over time, but Jalen Duren was plus 23 in the first half.
Yeah, Jalen Duren's he's a load, and I thought the coach stated it as well. He's the difference maker between both teams. There's nothing like him. You can take a look at the scoring leaders, and all that's well and good, but they've been able to do a better job. I think the other thing I think Coach Pierce would talk about, the defensive transition hasn't been as good as I know that coaching staff would want, is that their inability to stop Detroit from getting out and running. Now, Detroit may not get a basket right away. I know you were looking for points and turnovers.
Yeah.
They may end up running some quick offense and getting a shot out of it. So it's a matter of interpretation. But getting back and matching up is going to be important.
And again, over the last few years.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there he is. Blocked, but a foul by Jackson. And that's his fourth. I was going to say that Indiana over the last few years, again, different team, different personnel, different. Right. Indiana was so good in fast break situations. They got anywhere from 17 to 20 points a night fast break. They had 1 fast break point in the first half.
They don't have the same combination of people. I think you make the salient point. The salient point is it's different, the guys that are running back and forth.
And Duren misses the first free throw. Tony Bradley's going to come in for Isaiah Jackson, who has 4 fouls. Now a word from Galitko and Daly.
Holding healthcare accountable. For a free consultation, go to the medical malpractice lawyers at indymalpractice.com. Good lawyers for bad medicine.
And he missed them both. The 81% free throw shooter leaves a pair at the rim. And now Siakam, who was Indiana's double-figure scorer. High up off the glass, no good. Holland with the rebound. Pascal, 15 points in the first half. He was 4 of 9 from the field. That ball loose.
Duren tried to make a quick move. Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Jarace Walker has to make this pass. If he doesn't make this pass, he's going to travel. He makes a bounce pass on the money. Watch him jump in the air. Now he's in trouble, and he's able to make a bounce pass out in front of Mathurin, who gets fouled by Stewart. But really good pass, and fortuitous for Jarace Walker and the Pacers.
And that is now Stewart's 4th official foul. And Mathurin, who has been a terrific free throw shooter in his career, 89% coming in tonight. Mathurin now 2 of 5 in his first game back since late October. And he hits 1 of 2. All of his points at the free throw line, where he is 3 of 6.
I've watched Duncan Robinson. For some reason, they like to get him in some action because he hadn't scored yet.
Comes off that screen. He hit 3 threes in the first half, but you're right. He's not really touched the ball second half until then. Jenkins lost it, got it back, and hit.
We spoke about it. He's playing with tremendous confidence.
Played at Iona and St. John's. Who was the coach? Rick Pitino.
This is the speed we were talking about earlier. Mathurin is a lot more comfortable. That's the way the ball has to move. That's the comfort level of this group out here on the floor that scores.
First field goal for Mathurin. Duren sets the high screen. Jenkins off it. Rolling is Duren, and he draws another foul.
That was like a wily old veteran move. It's impressive. He intentionally drives through the arm. He expects it out there. You see him drive right through it for a hook shot. He had no intentions of shooting the hook. He had the intentions of drawing the foul.
He was the 13th pick in 2022 by Charlotte, traded to Detroit. Played 1 year at Memphis. He averaged 12 points and 8 rebounds. Again, it's those guys, we've had that running conversation about the guys that become better pros than they were in college.
Well, they got more time in the pros, too. Because Jalen Duren was only in school, what, a couple years, 1 year?
1 year.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty much a natural thing at that point. What we get,
a Bradley foul.
Pacers. Yeah, to the original point, because there was some. Oh no, you can't raise your arms up. You can have your arms out, you can't raise them up, Tony. But that's the physical part. I mean, I'll give him credit for that. He's being physical, but that's just a little too physical.
Holland off the screen, chased by Walker. Stewart for 3. He loves that corner 3.
Well, if you've got Duren in there, the defense does a late close to get out there.
And Mathurin turns it over, called for the walking violation. And the Pacers also assessed a delay of game.
Delay of game against the Pacers.
69-49, Detroit by 20. Indiana comes in having lost 7 straight, the last 5 by an average of 25 per game. The 4-game road trip out west, and then Saturday's loss to Toronto.
Lob.
And Rick Carlisle will take a timeout as it's a 22-point game in Detroit. 71-49 Pistons. We still have a ways to go here in the third. Start for the Pistons here in the third quarter. They've opened up a 22-point lead, their largest, at 71-49. Look at our FanDuel same-game parlay. Our total parlay odds are plus 239. The third quarter spread plus 4.5, minus 104. And the third quarter total points over 62.5, minus 106 odds are subject to change. Pacers have the ball, full court Detroit pressure. No change by either team. Nembhard out front, fouled by Jenkins. Pacers using their 10th different starting lineup in the first 14 games. The addition of Benedict Mathurin back after he'd missed the last 11 with that toe injury, suffered in Memphis, and then the next night it was Obi Toppin who got hurt in Minnesota. Robinson lobs it up. It was too strong for Duren.
Yeah, he was trying. He had to try to catch it.
Pacers go for the alley-oop. And Bradley, it's blocked by Stewart.
That's offensive. I mean, this thing got going so fast, the Pacers missed a couple of opportunities. And then in an effort to get to the rim, after the ball is there, you'll see Nembhard come. I don't like the fact that he's able to step up. Remember, that's one that's really difficult for me, though. It's one that's hard for officials to see. It's one thing to move left to right. That's easy to see. If a guy steps up to clear himself of the restricted area and gets the call, that one seems to be, I don't know if the term is dubious or not, but nothing nefarious. It just is what it is.
Quinn, that little sequence right there where it looked like Indiana 3 times could have scored, it's sort of emblematic of the season thus far.
I had it symbolic of the game. I didn't quite have it of the season, but I can't argue with you. Matter of fact, I agree with you. You get close enough, but just don't have enough to sustain it. Because if you think about it, the Pacers game, this one's a little unusual. For the most part, it's been the second half that's gotten away from the Pacers.
Yeah, this was the first half. Yeah, you're right. They've been competitive through the first 24 minutes. Really not the case tonight as Mathurin is guilty of the foul, and that'll be his 4th.
It's hard to come back out in this league and just step on the court and play. He's not alone here. There's frustration with that, and I get it. But, you know, these guys have been playing.
Yeah. Walker and Mathurin will come out. That is already the 4th team foul of the quarter against the Pacers. Duncan Robinson finds Jenkins. Jenkins bumped by Nembhard, takes him inside and got it.
Yeah, because he was expecting the next bump that Nembhard had given him, and Jenkins was able to stay on balance and get that up left-handed. A lot of guards can't do that.
4 straight double-figure games for Jenkins. Bradley fouled going to the basket.
He gets bumped. Watch him get bumped. He gets bumped there, but watch what he does. In anticipation of a bump, it's not there, but he's able to stay on balance and get that left hand up.
Second year on a 2-way contract. Played just 8 games last year for the Pistons. And again, on a 2-way contract, you are limited to 50 games either played or being active.
He's playing like he belongs up there. Now, that tells you the depth Detroit has.
I'll tell you a guy right now that the Pacers miss. He was very responsible for the only win of the year. That's Quentin Jackson. I mean, he did a lot of good things.
Oh, no doubt.
As a 2-way player.
No doubt. Q was, first of all, he's quick enough, and he was making baskets. What, he had like 25 in the win?
Against Golden State. And again, as we said, Golden State, they lose very rarely now with the trio of Butler, Green, and Curry. And the Pacers beat them that night for their only win. Holland in the lane short. Siakam the rebound. Ahead to Nembhard. Pacers in their icon jerseys tonight, the blue. And that's going to be a foul, yeah. And
trip.
It's on Holland, and that's his 2nd.
Yeah, they call this a trip here. He goes through there, he goes down, and you can see the ball is stolen before the call is made. And the official he admitted it and said it to the coach. So he just missed it.
Shepard.
Guys got to stay on balance.
Bradley into the corner, Siakam. Tough shot. He makes tough shots. 17 for Pascal Siakam. He is the only Pacer in double figures. Saturday night, the Pacers had just 2. Siakam and Nembhard. One of the traits of this team has been the balanced scoring, the multiple players in double figures, but again, a different year. Holland dribbles it right out of bounds.
Because he was well defended by Shepard.
10 Detroit turnovers, but the Pacers have 17. They've been so good, really, this year, taking care of the ball, but it got the better of them in the first half. Nembhard jumper off the mark, cleaned up by Duren.
I mean, he cleaned it too. Because Jeremiah Robinson-Earl was there, and it just got cleaned up. So he's feeling it. Thank goodness he missed, because he took that one right over Siakam.
Siakam cut off by Durham. Now Nembhard pressured by Holland. Pressured again, fires it up and hits. Nembhard in double figures, the second. He has 11. And J.B. Bickerstaff takes a timeout. 6:41 to play in the third. It's an 18-point Detroit lead. Sports Network is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Auto Owners Insurance, that's simple human sense. And by Skyline Chili. Feeling good, it's Skyline time. Alongside Quinn Buckner, I'm Chris Denary. Jeremiah Johnson on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance sideline.
Really powerful comments from Pascal Siakam after Saturday's game in the press conference. He said, 1 through 15, we have to look ourselves in the mirror and do more. I'm trying to find ways to inspire out there with the fight. Maybe I need to be a little vocal. Starts with me. I have to do better. But he said, 1 through 15, we have to do better. The fans deserve better. Go out and fight every single night. And that timeout, the message from Rick Carlisle was, stay in the fight.
Yep, collectively, that's what you got to do. You play hard, you play smart, and you play together.
Over the top, Stewart catches underneath, and a foul on the floor. It is on Siakam. And the penalty is in effect.
They're playing effectively what turns out to be, Chris, two centers. What they've done over the last 2-3 years is Stewart was playing center for them for a while. And then they've moved him to the 4 spot because they've got Jalen Duren, but he has center instincts. He's making threes, but he's got center instincts. He had position there on Siakam. They threw it over the top, and he just put his big body on him to Stewart. And Siakam had the foul after Stewart got the ball.
Now, they are a little bit different, though. Again, tonight they don't have Cunningham, they don't have Harris, Ivy, or Sasser.
Right.
Last year they had a couple of three-point shooters in Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. Now they have Duncan Robinson. Is that something that they're going to need more of?
They may need more shooting. I don't think there's any question that they may need some more shooting. But what they've done is they've taken the personnel that they have and just gone about the game that way. You know, not trying to make a non-shooter a shooter. They've become more aggressive, I think, with some of their players on the defensive end.
Robinson Earl with his first points, coming off the bench tonight after starting the last couple of games. Karis LeVert in for the first time in the second half, halfway through the third quarter.
This is a good pace of possession here. He makes that, he just makes it. But it's a good pace of defensive possession. Tony Bradley just got called for a foul for face guard.
Trying to deal with Duren underneath the basket.
He can't move him. I mean, you'll see right here, see them right there? That's more than face guard. Yeah, that's a hole. But he doesn't have any choice. I mean, it's a risk you got to take sometimes when you got a body that big.
20 points, 11 rebounds tonight for Duren. His 8th double-double in his first 12 games.
Yeah, Chris, the problem is it's 20 minutes.
As Javonte Green comes back in, Pacers back home on Wednesday night. Charlotte in town. Our Indiana Members Credit Union Pacers Live pregame show with JJ and Eddie will start at 6:30 here on FanDuel Sports Network. Isaiah Jackson comes back in. He has 4 fouls. And Duren misses the second. Nembhard inside leaves it off, and they're going to say travel. Yeah, we have all sorts of conversation here, Quinn, because the printer has gone haywire.
Oh, did that come across?
No, well, Rick Carlisle, I think, was looking. We've got an iPad here. We may need to turn over.
Oh, yes. So that in fact is the case, but I thought you were able to hear me. I was trying to tell Josh that the printer went out. Rick puts a lot of emphasis, as a lot of coaches do, on the scouting. I mean, on the stats. But there was nothing there for him.
Yeah, they were trying to look at foul situation too, and in front of us is an old stat sheet. Here is Jackson running the floor, lays it in. Fast break points for the Pacers.
Very few.
76-59, Detroit by 17. Last night in Phoenix, Atlanta came back from 20 plus down. And here's Indiana getting it up the floor. Shepard the catch. Nembhard's got to get out of the lane. He threw it away.
That's why he had to throw the ball, because he had to get out of the lane.
Duren, Green again. Javonte Green with the basket. And the Pacers have turned it over 19 times. 28 points scored by Detroit here on FanDuel Sports Network.
I'm in front of you, grab a friend seat, I can have fun with two. Or me and you put on a stage show. And them all kids ask how the chain glow. Point to her, they say, wow, it's the same glow. Point to me, I say, yeah, it's the same dough. We the same type, you my air light. You had me sleeping in the same bed, ain't night.
You're ride with me, you deserving the best. Take a few shots, let it burn in your chest. We could ride around, pumping nerd in the deck. Funny how a few words turned into sex. Play number 3, joint called
Back over 20 for Detroit, 80-59 with 4:28 to play here in the third on FanDuel Sports Network. They led by as many as 21 in the first half. They've led by as many as 24 here in the third quarter. Pacers have 2 in double figures. Nembhard with 11. Pascal Siakam is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change Quick Change, 17, 5 of 12. His 3 3-point field goals in the first half and 5 rebounds. I'll tell you what, he is given everything he has out there. Pascal,
oh,
I mean,
there's no doubt about that. Oh, you and I are both trying to see the same thing. Is it the same timeout?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. The printer is working.
Yeah, try to make sure Coach Carlisle and the staff have what they need.
Siakam missed, rebounded, and followed by Jackson. So Isaiah, another double-figure game here in his hometown of Detroit. He's got 10.
Travel.
Robinson.
Yeah, he turned that corner, and I could hear the bench saying same thing I said. He traveled before he got into his shot.
TJ McConnell is out there first time here in the second half with Mathurin, Siakam, Shepard, and Jackson.
It is a screen.
Into the corner, Shepard catch and shoot 3. Off the mark, LeVert the rebound. And LeVert is down, and he turned his ankle as Mathurin lays it in.
Hey, Chris. He'd like to say he turned his ankle. He turned his ankle, he just fell down. I mean, it's not funny, but it is. He just looked.
Did that line jump out?
Line jumped up on him.
He's going to take it inside, draw the foul.
That ball didn't get to the board. They're calling that off the backboard. They're saying that's goaltending. Did that ball get to the backboard? We're looking at the bench. The question is, does it get to the backboard first? If it gets to the backboard, well, that's a block. That's a block. Yeah, they call the goaltending, but that's a block. I think at this point, Coach Carlisle is not going to challenge it. But that should have been, that 2 points shouldn't have been counted.
And LeVert can't get the 3-point play, but Robinson got the offensive rebound. Duncan Robinson, first year back in Detroit after 8 years in Miami, and he finds Paul Reed for the basket. 86-63. Detroit by 23 as Isaiah missed it, follows it. He's got 12.
Oh, I thought we were going to see a McConnell.
6 in each half for Isaiah Jackson. 2.5 to play. They find LeVert inside to the rim.
Rick Carlisle's problem is 1 timeout.
Mathurin inside, and that's a foul. Well, Detroit doing what Toronto did the other night in the third quarter. Toronto shot 77% on Saturday night in their 129-111 win against Indiana. Detroit tonight 10 of 17 in this third quarter. That's Much better than 50%. As Mathurin hits the free throw, and we'll hear this from Hope Plummer.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. Us, sort of an art mastery. We take on that clog with zest to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Benedict Mathurin, first game back since late October. Missed 11 straight games. 9 points tonight, 2 of 6 from the field, 5 of 8 from the line in his 16 minutes.
I think those are all the numbers he'd like to have. The one that tells you that he's struggled, Chris, is when you start looking at the fact that he's got 3 turnovers. And that's the area where you really struggle because you just don't have the same feel. And he's every time he dribbles it, he has a better feel for the speed of the game.
And Mathurin hits the shot. Double figures for Benedict Mathurin. He's playing with 5 fouls.
And he's talking, he's communicating. I'm watching him defensively. He's calling the switch the ways they need to be called. Hadn't always done that.
Same place, same result for Javonte Green. He's got 17. Javonte Green in his 7th year out of Radford. Undrafted back in 2015, did not hit the NBA until 2019. He played overseas as Siakam draws the foul.
And an indication that Siakam's still battling as he tries to get one down in the post. That's the leadership piece that JJ was talking about with Siakam. You get to the next play and then you just play it.
Siakam will have a couple of free throws here. He's 4 of 4 on the night.
An example of what you need to be better.
18 now for Siakam, 1 of 4 in double figures. Isaiah Jackson has 12, Mathurin 11, and Nembhard 11. As Jarris Walker checks in.
So they're showing on their Jumbotron a picture of the Tayshaun Prince block of Reggie Miller.
As we look above the rim, Indiana Wesleyan University. You saw that highlight in our open.
Yeah.
It's rivalry night. Pacers and the Pistons. Indiana's won 4 straight and 5 of 6 here, but it's been all Detroit tonight here at Little Caesars Arena. Pacers had a brief lead early.
In the zone now. Let's see if Detroit can handle this. Not well.
Knocked away by McConnell.
Here's the question. The ball was hit by Lanier. It hit Leon Woods and goes out of bounds. I think technically the ball is out. It should be Pacers ball. Watch. Oh, no, he didn't hit it. No.
We got a jump ball.
Yeah, the question is, where was Leon? If he was on the bounds, he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he was out of bounds. But even if he was in bounds, it doesn't matter. If the ball hits him, it's still in play. So from the time it hit TJ's hand, it technically goes out of bounds, and it hits Leon Woods on its way out of bounds. Now, you can make an argument one way or the other, but the argument should be that Pacers hit it last. Whether he was in bounds or out of bounds, that's where the ball ended up out of bounds.
And the Pacers win the tip.
Give him a bucket. He couldn't get it up. Well, that's the first.
It's going to be a foul on Detroit.
I think Reed. Yeah, he pushed him off the floor. I mean, that's not like a light nudge. That's a push off the floor.
That's his 4th foul. Isaiah Jackson at the free throw line. Pacers tonight, 22 of 27, 82%. That has been the bright spot. Indiana shooting 38% from the field.
Way to go. Way to go, Mr. Broadcaster.
5 of 21 from three-point range. Detroit's not been much better, 8 of 27, but...
Wait. Hold on, don't try to run from the free throw deal now. Sorry, I can't let you do that. But you're right, they haven't been much better.
Oh, he got his own rebound and drew another foul. And Isaiah Jackson will shoot 2 more.
great hustle. The ball hits the rim. He's allowed to go to get it. Once it hits the rim, no question about the foul there. By Green. Now, what you don't want, don't give him no head trick. Make this one count. Yeah, there you go. See, that's the other side of the broadcaster's jokes.
And there's Tyrese Halliburton.
Doesn't work very often. He's had a tough time, Chris, watching his teammates go through this.
Yeah, because he can't do anything.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he's just sitting here wanting to help his guys, and there's nothing he can do. I mean, he can only say so much.
Jackson hits both. 93-73. Is Indiana back in the zone? Yes.
Yeah, they're back in it.
LeVert in the middle. Duren just came back in. And a three rims out. Shepard the rebound. That was missed by Chaz Lanier, the rookie out of Tennessee. Siakam takes it inside to Shepard.
Good catch.
And Siakam a show and go.
But the ball moved fairly quickly for the Pacers to be able to be in good position to get that shot, and the right guy got it. It's one thing when you run a democratic offense. The question becomes, when the shot clock runs down, is the ball in the right guy's hands? It was at that point.
Another 20-point game for Pascal Siakam, his 9th of the year. Jackson blocked it. It comes out all the way to LeVert. 2 to shoot. LeVert for 3. And Siakam tracks it down, and that will be the end of the third quarter.
But some pretty good fight in there, Chris.
Pacers trailed by 16 at the half. It's an 18-point Detroit lead as we hit the fourth on FanDuel Sports Network.
You gotta search within you. Trying to find that inner strength.
Rounding moments. We had some technical fouls, a flagrant foul right here from Isaiah Stewart. It's the first of 4 meetings, Quinn, between these Central Division rivals.
Listen, they're taking it seriously. Even though Detroit has a good lead, a commanding lead, they're still taking this pretty seriously.
Pacers shot better than 50% in that third quarter, but Detroit shot 55%. They outscored Indiana 31-29. And they have an 18-point lead as we start the fourth. McConnell, Mathurin, Walker, Robinson, Earl, and Isaiah Jackson, the 5 for the Pacers. Here's a pull-up 3. Mathurin got it. Looking more like the Benedict Mathurin that we have seen in his career. And again, first game back in almost a month.
Ben's a bucket. That's proverbially what they'll call a bucket, because he's one you can put the ball in his hands and he can go get something good.
Pacers have cut it now to 15. They've trailed by as many as 24, and a steal. McConnell has it. Mathurin thinking again for 3.
Yeah, take it. You're playing good offensively. Take it.
Benedict Mathurin has it rolling in the second half. And Indiana has cut it to 12 at 93-81. Robinson lays it up on the alley-oop and thrown down by Duren. 23 for Jalen Duren with his 11 rebounds in 23 minutes. And that's a 3 and a foul. Mathurin was looking for the hat trick.
Well, he's also, when he came out of the game, he was a little disappointed. He's able to get Duncan Robinson hand down. And Mark Jackson says man down, and he's able to get a bucket. And then coming back on the next possession, same area, they had to foul him at the three-point line. He gets 3 foul shots.
17 points for Benedict Mathurin. Coming in with 2 games of 36 and 26 in games 1 and 2. And Mathurin hits the free throw. A year ago, averaged 16 points and 5 rebounds in his 72 games. Let's check in with Jeremiah Johnson.
at that timeout, the loudest, most vocal player was Benedict Mathurin. He was clapping. He said, guys, we can go win this game. And then his hype man was Aaron Nesmith as they walked back out on the court. He's shooting this third free throw for 9 points here to start the fourth quarter. I've been watching him. You can see he has that look in his eye. And you're right, Quinn. He was frustrated by some of these early foul troubles and the lack of playing time. That could come in handy here in the fourth as he'll have more left in the tank.
No doubt about it. I think that's a great point as you take a look at Aaron Nesmith, because he'll have more left in the tank because he had to sit down, and he has got that that look of somebody. If you're out there, if I'm playing with this guy, I got to get him the ball.
And the Pacers get the offensive rebound. Robinson Earl puts it in.
Now you're about. I see right now. I was just trying to see what coach is going to do. They're getting Isaiah Stewart, because you're at a point that this could be really tough.
Javonte Green is fouled. Jackson got him, and that's his fifth.
When I say really tough, it can be tough for Detroit to take a shot, no less make a shot.
It was 94-69. Make it 93-69, a 24-point lead. It's been a 16-2 run for the Pacers. And Green hits the free throw, and now this from Bell Tire.
At Bell Tire, we're giving free lifetime maintenance with every tire we sell. And beating anyone's price.
Another day getting people back on the road. Bell Tire. That's how we are changing tires.
So before that free throw, a 16-2 Pacers run. Remember, they had a 14-0 run earlier in this game that cut a 21-point lead down to 7. Another one.
I don't know who's been saying something to him on the bench, but he's letting them know that he can play. I mean, he turned that corner to the left, Chris, and there was all kind of danger. It didn't bother him.
It is a 9-point game in Detroit as Green hammers it down.
Defensive lapse there by Walker.
A 20-point night for Javonte Green, backing up the 21 he had Friday against Philadelphia. Walker, Robinson Earl for 3, too strong, and knocked away by McConnell.
Let it go.
Mathurin again, short. Tyrese Halliburton was up. He thought that was going down for his fourth.
There was a whole lot of us in here thought that was going down.
99-88, Robinson short. Rebound batted, Mathurin has it. Robinson Earl kept it alive. Mathurin inside, and it is knocked away.
That's Pacers ball, right?
Oh, they're going to give it to Detroit.
That was Pacers ball. I didn't think Robinson Earl touched it. They're trying to get it in quickly. But Rick didn't want to waste the time on the timeout.
He only has one left.
Yeah, he didn't want to waste the time on a timeout. Because, you know, in 2 previous games, ladies and gentlemen, he got a technical because he needed to get a timeout so bad.
That's an offensive foul. J.B. Bickerstaff right in the face of Nick Booker.
He just gave a technical, too. Coming off the screen. Did they call a foul on Jenkins?
Yeah, they called the foul on Jenkins. And Mathurin will shoot the technical free throw. 22 points for Ben. He has 20 in the second half. Benedict Mathurin in this quarter has put the Pacers on his back. He has 12 of his 23 in the first 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 57 seconds of this quarter. And the Pacers within 10.
They're going to start doubling him.
Here's Mathurin to the basket, lays it in. It's an 8-point game. Benedict Mathurin with 25. He's had games of 36, 26, and now 25 in the 3 games he's played. Jenkins has been big time for the Pistons tonight. He has 15.
He sure has been big time. He traveled on that and nobody quite got to him.
Robinson Earl, it's blocked. Ahead now to Jenkins. Takes it inside, missed it, but a foul.
Take on McConnell. He does a really good job on the read. Sees the lane, takes advantage of it, gets to the rim, and has been the primary offense. I'm sure they call that on McConnell.
That is the second foul on T.J. McConnell. Jenkins to shoot 2. Fourth straight double-figure game for the two-way player out of St. John's. He has 16. What a night it's been for Benedict Mathurin after a very slow start, coming back for the first time in about 3 weeks.
As you take a look, the other thing Ben won't do, he won't stop talking either. He'll let you know.
And again, the Pacers able to have Nembhard and Siakam on the bench right now, resting. They've been their leading scorers. Here in the corners, Walker, shot fake. Inside, that shot's blocked. Bradley got it, blocked again. Bradley got it, missed it. Rebound by LeVert.
Well, Steve Stewart's in the middle of that.
And Jenkins lays it in.
That was a really big sequence there. Couple block shots, 2 or 3 block shots. You don't come up with it. Transition for the Pistons. Getting a bucket makes it really difficult. These Pacers got under 8. Got to find a way.
Big-time second-half performance for Benedict Mathurin. He had just 2 first-half points. Mathurin has scored 25, Quinn 23 in the second half.
But he's been able to get himself, I think, psyched up to get back here in the second half, because I think he was a little concerned about how he would perform. He's been a big money feature, Menard's big money feature. They put the ball in his hands, and he has been the guy that not only either got a shot or gotten to the foul line. Let's give him credit. He's been to the foul line 12 times.
And now the Pacers will make a run again with Nembhard, Siakam, and Mathurin out there together. Here's Mathurin, fires the 3, rims out. Rebound by Holland.
Yeah, but it just barely rimmed out. I mean, it was a good look, which is what you want to get, Chris.
3 of 6 from three-point range, 7 of 13 on the night, 25 points. LeVert stays out there. He beats Shepherd, goes inside and scores. So 8 straight points for Detroit after Indiana had cut the lead. And there's a foul. Pacers had cut it to 8 at 99-91.
Jimmy Bickerstaff said he just falls down, you blow the whistle. If they fall down, it's not just JB, it's not just Detroit. Everybody gets that call. Guy falls down and there's another guy around him. That call is going against the defense. I don't know how else to tell you. And it's usually an accurate call whether you like it or not.
Nembhard guarded by Holland, got it to Siakam. Siakam goes inside, got his man in the air, draws the foul. Free throws as Isaiah Stewart is whistled for the foul, and that's his 5th. So you've got Stewart out there with 5 for Detroit, 4 each for Jenkins and Reed. The Pacers have Jackson and Mathurin each have 5, and Tony Bradley, the backup Pacer center, also has 5. Jenkins comes back in for Detroit, one of their 5 double-figure scorers with 19 points. LeVert leaves with 8. Duren has 23, Green has 20. For the Pacers, Mathurin 25, Siakam 22. And Siakam hits both free throws to end an 8-0 Detroit run. 107-93 Pistons. Still a long way to go, 7:11 to play. And now Siakam picks up the foul. Mentioned last night in Phoenix, Phoenix had a 20-plus point lead, and Atlanta came back and won. Only the 4th time this year that a team has rallied from a 20-point deficit to win. Holland, Jenkins, Robinson, Moore, and Stewart. That's the 5 for the Pistons. Jenkins got the roll.
I'm telling you, he's played a big-time game. He's been as much of the challenge for the Pacers as anyone. Because every time it looks like he's going to get, the Pacers are going to get a good run, Jenkins has made a play or a basket. Got to look at the basket. You can't have it under the foul line and not look at the basket.
Nembhard goes inside, leaves it off. Shepard left it short, but tipped in by Isaiah Jackson. 16 points and 9 rebounds for Isaiah.
Well, force it in Duncan's hands, and then you get it. Sorry.
Yeah.
You want to force it in Duncan's hands, it's good. Then you can get what you wanted.
Loose ball picked up by Stewart. Isaiah Jackson working on another double-double. And here is Jenkins. He's got 23. Well, he is quick, Quinn.
Not only quick, he's a lot stronger than you think he is. I mean, look, it's not that Patino makes anybody great, but when Patino is you play for Rick a couple places, that means you can play. Now, whether or not he can sustain it through the course of an NBA season, I think is to be determined.
Free throws now for Pascal Siakam. The foul on Duncan Robinson. That's the 14th foul against Detroit. So Indiana down the stretch, halfway through the quarter, is in the penalty. But Siakam misses the free throw. He was 8 of 8 before that miss. 23 points and 6 rebounds for Pascal. His 9th 20-point game of the year in the 13 he's played. And that will not go in. It hung on the rim. Duren the rebound.
I didn't expect that from Pascal. I know he's had some free throw challenges, but I was expecting both of those to go down.
Yeah, he has been shooting the free throw much better here the last few games. Duren got it back and scored. Turns 22 tomorrow. Jalen Duren, he has 25. Mathurin inside, he draws the foul on Stewart, and that's the end of the night for Isaiah Stewart.
And because of the aggressive move by Mathurin. Mathurin does a really good job attacking, and that's why the foul occurs, because he attacks. You can see Stewart is trying to stay with him. Mathurin does a nice job. There's a foul as he shoots it over his head backwards. But I got to give the credit to, listen, Mathurin put the pressure on him.
Eight of 12 at the free throw line tonight. That's been one of his calling cards, Quinn, over his career, is getting to the free throw line, and he's been the best at it. He and Siakam.
We kind of like a little better conversion rate. That's like 8 of 13 or something, right?
And that's 3 straight free throws the Pacers have missed.
Yeah.
Siakam missed both ends of a 2-shot foul. And now Jackson with the rebound on another miss by Mathurin.
Let it go. Oh, this is a matchup you like.
Here's a deep 3 by Mathurin. No good. Siakam had the rebound, but knocked out by Jenkins. Daniss Jenkins pleading his case.
Say him touch the ball. He's going to the other end of the floor. Fortunately, Duncan Robinson hit the ball. Because if they don't hit it, Jenkins is out of the play because he's already at half court.
Every player thinks that they should get the replay, right?
That is the one thing I'm sure. And honestly, I think it's got to drive coaches crazy.
Yeah.
Because players don't always remember, don't have the same kind of feel. Sometimes they do these things, and they just don't know that they did it. You know, just like a lot of people do a lot of things.
Shepard, the offensive rebound. Mathurin.
Got him. I like it. Ooh, Shep.
And that's going to be a loose ball foul on Detroit. Great hustle by Siakam, and again, the Pacers are shooting free throws.
Javonte Green went to the circle of the hand right away. You grabbed him by his shoulders. I'm sorry, maybe a little too much audio there by J.B. Bickerstaff. to tell the white team, if you will, Detroit, they have to rebound the ball. But he added a little descriptor in there that we will not use.
Yeah, I'm looking. The Pacers have 20 offensive rebounds.
Here's the question. How many points in the paint?
They have 18 second chance points, 38 points only in the paint.
Yeah, that's really the difference. The points in the paint that Detroit has what? I mean,
they have 56.
Yeah, that's what you're struggling with.
And we're looking, that's the margin.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to overcome.
Lead is 16 for Detroit. Pacers have out-rebounded Detroit tonight, 43-29. They leave it to Duren. He scores. And he's got 27. Averaged 13 and 11 in 11 previous games against the Pacers as Siakam with the step through.
My friend, this is not the same player.
No.
As a matter of fact, on that last play, he got beat up, and you never even knew it.
Robinson misses, out of bounds, Pacers ball. 4:21 to play. Pacers had a nice run to cut it to 8 at 99-91.
You got another run in them, Chris.
Nembhard goes inside against Jenkins and scores.
Yeah, got another run in them.
Rick Carlisle has no timeouts remaining.
So if he calls a timeout for those, not for me, the Pacers will get the timeout, but it'll be a technical foul, which means Detroit gets a foul shot in the ball.
Jenkins for 3. What a 4-game run for Daniss Jenkins.
He just earned himself a career. In those 4 games? Yeah, he earned the career.
That's a foul on Green.
Long before the oohs and the ahs, that's a foul. Like, that's the foul there. Green's just making sure it doesn't get up to the basket. Fortunately, you don't get anybody injured, particularly Nembhard. No offense, I don't want Green injured, but I surely don't want Nembhard injured.
We've had 54 personal fouls in this game. The Pacers with 26. The Pistons with 28.
How many foul shots?
Indiana's now 32 of 44 at the free throw line.
No, I was talking about both teams.
They are 21 of 29, so 45, 74 free throw attempts, and 54 fouls.
Yeah. Just thought we'd take a look at that.
Yeah. And we still have 3:37 to play. And a timeout will be taken by J.B. Bickerstaff. 3:33 to play. Detroit is led by as many as 24. The Pacers had cut it to 8. But right now that lead is 15 in Detroit's favor at 118-103. Pacers basketball tonight on FanDuel Sports Network is presented by Bell Tire, not your ordinary tire store. By Hope Plumbing, plumbing you can trust, comfort you can feel. And by Forum Credit Union, helping members live their financial dreams. 3:33 to play in Detroit. Pistons 118, Pacers 103 on the line. Indiana's lost 7 straight overall, 7 straight on the road. They had a brief first quarter lead, but it's been all Detroit. They've led by as many as 24. Indiana had cut it to 8 early in this quarter. Jenkins has been terrific tonight with 26. Robinson for 3. Rattles out. Rebound. Duren got it and put it in. 29 for Jalen Duren. A few hours ahead of his 22nd birthday. Siakam, a drive on Javonte Green. Puts it up and in. What a shot by Pascal. Pascal has 29. No quit in Pascal. No quit in this Pacers team. You saw fourth quarter, they cut that 24-point game down to 8. They can't come up with a loose ball there. They had the tip. Shot clock at 6. Holland slides, fades, missed it. Through the hands of Jackson, and Jenkins has it. Ben Shepherd guarding Daniss Jenkins, who goes inside, swiped away. It's Detroit ball. Pacers trailed by 18 after 3 quarters. 93-75, had it to a 99-91 game. Robinson in the corner. Well, he's gone cold, but Duren tips it in for his 31st point. Siakam, no good. Jackson tips it out to Siakam.
He traveled. He got there and saw Duren. And Durham gets up quick enough, he couldn't get the ball over him. Didn't think he could get it around him. And he ended up traveling, because that's the effect that Jalen Duren has had on this game. Siakam couldn't make that play.
Well, Rick Carlisle is going to take that timeout. Nick Bookert is going to come over. And Murat Kogut tells us it is a technical foul. So
he's explaining it to us. We've just seen it now. This is the 3rd game in a row. We've seen this before.
Yeah, we have seen it.
Understand it, but you do need to break the action up a little bit. Then you got to decide about people in and out of the game, things you need to get done. And without giving up on this game, you got to look at guys to see what they're doing, who may need a little bit of a grease, a little run, as you get prepared to play on Wednesday. But that's not at the expense of this game, because that's not who Rick Carlisle is.
Charlotte in Indianapolis on Wednesday, 6:30 pregame. And, of course, our Andy Moore postgame show follows this game broadcast, the postgame presser with Rick Carlisle, JJ, and Eddie Gill courtside. Indiana on its way to a 1-13 start. Yes, it is the worst in franchise history. It's been a tough go for the Pacers. Some bright spots tonight. Quinn would be getting Benedict Mathurin back, and what he did in that 4th quarter to bring the Pacers back from a 24-point deficit down to 8.
Yes, but I look at it also in this context. Until you can get this to stabilize, and that's what the staff is looking to do. Get guys healthy, get it to stabilize. So getting Mathurin back is a part of the stability, because you have guys that have done this before, know the kind of things that the Pacers need and want to be done. Then you can start making adjustments. What this staff has had to do is make an adjustment almost nightly, because somebody's either injured and or you're playing somebody with a real inexperienced background, and surely inexperienced in what it is the Pacers want to do, based upon many of the players on the Pacers that have been here for a while have done this for 2 or 3 years. That's an adjustment that has to be made, and that's what the staff is going through, as is this team.
Monte Morris has checked in. Robinson Earl is back. Rookie Talon Peter with Jarris Walker and Jay Huff. That's how the Pacers will close the final 2 minutes of this one. And Jenkins threw it away on the bounce intended for Reed. Detroit will move to 12-2. They've got the best record in the East, and they've matched a 10-game win streak that dates back to 2008. So a 10-game win streak, 6 straight at home, and they start a road trip coming up, and the steal. Holland's going to get it and put it in.
What they've done is they got Duren. They got guys that can put pressure on the ball at the point of attack, which they really hadn't been able to do very much of before. Because even when you got Cunningham, he doesn't do that. Now that was a lob to be seen.
Yeah.
Off the backboard to Jay.
125-107 Detroit. Pistons tomorrow night in Atlanta, Saturday at Milwaukee, and next Monday in Indianapolis. Mathurin and Shepherd. Again, the Pacers on Wednesday night, the Charlotte Hornets in town. And the first appearance of Isaac Jones for Detroit, who started the year and played 3 games in Sacramento. Very rarely, Quinn, in the first 3 weeks of the season, do you see somebody go from one team to a next, and that's what Isaac Jones has done.
Yeah, that's what he's done. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure prime time is what this team is ready for. But Trajan Langdon, who's their president of basketball operations, who's come in over the last 2 years. Kay Cunningham was here, Duren was here, but they've added some pieces that make them hard to play against.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're experienced enough.
Into the corner, and here's a three by Jones. It's no good. Rebound bounces out of bounds, and it's Pacers ball with 42 and 7/10 to play. There's been a tough.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mathurin showed something. That gives the Pacers something, I think, to hold on to. You're trying to get people healthy. Nesmith is out, so you don't have to worry about that. But you also get, I think the other thing, Chris, I'm looking at, that has to be troublesome. What TJ's finding out is TJ can't stay out that long. Because he's having a real hard time getting by people to the spots he used to get by. So all of those things have to start coming together for this Pacer team to get back on track.
10 straight wins for Detroit. They were 44 and 38 last year in the playoffs as the 6th seed got knocked out by New York. And after back-to-back years of 17 and 14 wins, they won 31 games over a 2-year period, 44 last year, and they'll be 12 and 2 when the clock ticks to 0. The last 6 losses, all by 15 or more points for the Pacers. These two teams will see each other again early next week. Detroit, their longest win streak since 2008. And the Pistons win it 127-112. We'll wrap things up when we come back on FanDuel Sports Network.
Max 1